Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Sherry. If you're new here, thanks for stopping in. And if you're returning, thank you very much. You humble me for coming back. So today's a special video for me. It's going to be, or it is my 1 year date of filming. So I started my adventure of YouTube videoing for plants December 29th, 2023. And as most of you know who have been following me, I started actually my plant collection days in probably late 2022. And it was desert plants, succulents, but mostly cactuses. And I went quite a long ways with that until I found my first tropical plant obsession, and here we are, a year and a half or so later. So I really started filming, once I saw my first Planty videos, which were really around cactuses. And I got so much from them, and this community has given so much that I wanted to participate. I wanted to be able to give back to what all of the plant channels that I have watched over the last year and a half, really, that have given me. And I want to thank everybody who has made their first video in their Planty creation, because even if I haven't seen you, you've helped somebody along the way, and you've helped create other people who in this community that want to share like myself. And so I thank you all for that. And I'm going to put my top 10 channels in in the comment section on who I watch, my top 10 favorites. I love everybody. I can't obviously watch everybody, but these are my biggest influencers, and I'm going to pin that in the comment below. So thank you. And most of all, I want to thank all the people who are watching now. And I also want to thank all the people who have watched me throughout my time here on YouTube. And you've meant everything to me. My subscribers who have stayed subscribed. I know as a subscriber of shows or of channels, I know that I go through multiple different channels. Sometimes I go in and I clean house. I get rid of ones that I haven't watched for a while, and then I start anew. And for those of you who have kept me, I appreciate you very much, more than you can know, for keeping me as someone you want to watch. And so, yeah. What I want to do today is I want to show you what plants I have today, and then the plants that I no longer have. Now, I unfortunately did not keep all my pictures that I took throughout my tenure of plant collecting. I wish I would have. So I won't be able to post all the pictures of all the plants that are what I now called resting in peace. Okay. And I'm going to put that up at the end of this video. And then you can see those pictures of the plants that I no longer have. And yeah. And so what I really want to do is just kind of go around, just not too long. I just want to do kind of like a house tour, not a house tour, but a plant tour So you can see my 2024 collection as it is right now. And then that'll really be all I need to do with this video. I just kind of wanted to share kind of like a logging for me for next year and see what we have, what I have then and what they look like, right? So yeah, so if this is interesting to you and you want to you want to see all my plants, hang around and let's get to it. So let's start with my snake plant. I bought this at Knollwood Gardens quite a long time ago. And what I'm going to do, and rather than, I'm going to spare you my pronunciation of each plant, and I will put it at the bottom as I go. And if I don't know it, then you're not going to see a plant name. So yeah, so this is one of my snake plants that I just love. It's probably the biggest one that I have. Biggest in width and then almost height. And I really want to get another one, except not this golden color. And I'll show you the one that I have here in a second. The other one I have where I really want another one of those, but large and tall. So we'll see. So this is my Politiforum, and this is the newest leaf. This is the original leaf that came with the plant. All of the other original leaves obviously have passed on, and all of these other leaves have been in my care. So this is the first leaf I got, the second leaf, which is the most beautiful of them all. And then this is the last leaf that came out, and I tore it because I was very bad when I watered it. I didn't even think about how fragile and thin these leaves are, and it ripped when I was watering. So note to self, don't do that. And I am it's coming out with another leaf, which is beautiful. I can't wait. So, all right. I think what I'm going to do is, since I'm already on the floor, I'm just going to go down. We're going to do the floor work, and then we're going to do standing work. So this is the Anthurium lingeri. And you can see here my new leaves that are growing out. I'm not going to give you history on every one of these. We'd be here way too long. So, a lot of these anthuriums have been in videos. So those of you who have been following me have most likely seen the potting up videos. But if you haven't, feel free to go to my channel and you can see these beauties and the little bit of history as why I bought them. So this is my Anthurium Esmeralda Warquinum hybrid. And I just got this not long ago. And this is the new leaf that it's putting out for me. It's obviously winter time, and I have a feeling that it's in like this because it's cold, unfortunately, and there's nothing really I can do much about that. So I'm really hoping that it'll become a beautiful leaf for me. But if not, I'm sure we'll have more. And then in here, I have my 3 seedlings that I'm still really working hard to grow. This one, I believe, is the Tezula. That's not the right one. Oh, I'm going to get my head. I'm not going to be able to get this. Every time I'm close to these black butterflies or black stickies, oh my gosh, I make a disaster. So that's not this one. This is what happens when you're not organized. Yeah, so this is the Tezula and I'll let you read that there. So that's this one. And you can see it's putting out a new leaf. All of these are new leaves, obviously. I've had these plants for quite a while, and all under my care. So this one here is this Dock Block F2 crossed crystallinum. Put that there. And then this other one's my oldest. And I'm not a big fan of this plant. I don't know if I'll be keeping it, just to be honest. I don't like these leaves the way they curl up. But I'm going to give it a chance and see what it looks like. This is a Forgetti crossed with Volati. So what did I do with my? Well, I'll look for it later. Then we have here is the Anthurium vitellifolium. I think I'm butchering that name. So obviously, like I said, I'll be putting that at the bottom. And we've got a new leaf coming out here and down here. And again, all of these are in videos. And then over on this side, my King Clarinarium. Clarinarium. I'm not sure. This is a brand new leaf that's coming out for me. So cute. I've cut off the original leaves that were older, and except for this one. So this beauty is still here with me. And this is this is the smaller plant of my Anthurium Michelle Dock Block. And this is the smaller version of a Anthurium luxurians that I bought. Getting ready to push out another leaf because I can always tell because of the way the plant turns. And then up here, my beautiful Anthurium pendens that I have been fighting for since I bought it with root rot from the Equigenera tent. It's finally, I think it's on its way to mend. I just hope that I start seeing new leaves soon pop out, because these have been around a while, which is amazing that they're still surviving after going through the root rot that they went through. It's a beautiful plant. All right, so now I need to get up here. So I kind of showed you this earlier. This is my Monstera Peru. And I got this just a couple weeks back, not very long, but all this new growth that's coming out since I got it. It's a beautiful, beautiful plant. I didn't think I'd ever want a hanging plant, but I am so glad I decided to buy this one and this Schinapsis, which I'll show here in a little bit. Yeah, it's really pretty. And this is my Anthurium Queen of Hearts. This is a brand new leaf that was given to me. I think it made this leaf in the late summer. And as you can see here, we're getting ready to get another one. And then this is the original leaf that I got when I bought the plant. The others I had to cut off. Actually, this is probably this is one of the most robust plants. And when they do, the leaves get older, they don't look bad. I mean, when you look at this, there's no yellow. It's just kind of a discolor. It's hard to see because of the way my lighting is. But you see here, very little yellowing, but you can tell a difference between it and a brand new leaf like this one. So if you don't have one of these, I recommend getting one if you like anthuriums. And then we have my beautiful Anthurium luxurians. One of my favorite plants is this one right here, and a new leaf coming out. And this is the Anthurium Zamora Queen I bought from Equigenera. I believe this is their hybrid. And this is a really wonky, unhappy leaf that's coming out. Not sure why, but it's definitely having a hard time. The leaves originally came with are gone, but every leaf had popped out until the summer. Once the summer hit, I had perfect leaves. This is a perfect leaf, and this was a perfect leaf when they came out, other than that little hole right there. But I think it all has to do with humidity with this plant, or with any of the plants, because as we go through, you're going to see some more wonky leaves. And then here's the uh, snake plant that I was talking about. I love this snake plant. When I bought it, it was a lot thinner than this one and a lot shorter. It really loves being in the light, the grow lights like this. But I really want another one of these, except more fuller and taller. This one probably will grow that way pretty quickly. I think what I'll do is upsize it. If I upsize it, maybe I'll have a better chance in getting more growth and I wouldn't have to buy another one. But this is the Anthurium Andean. This is a brand new leaf that's popped out. And as you can see, it had trouble too. And these are new leaves that came out of my care. All the original leaves are gone. I got that one at Equigenera as well. And then this one is a newer one that I got recently. The video came out a week ago. And so this is the Anthurium. This is the Anthurium Mag Cross Crystallinum. These are all original leaves. This leaf, when it came to me, was new, but now it's fully hardened off, and it's producing another. As you can see, it's producing its first leaf down here. So I'm really excited about that. It's a beautiful plant. And then we've got my Anthurium papillanum. These are all original leaves. I've gotten zero growth since I got this plant. I'm not sure if it doesn't like me, but I don't believe that, because if you look at you can see the roots in here. I don't know, my nails are in the way. You see that there is a root. And there's lots of beautiful roots in here. So I'm just waiting. And if you watch this video, you'll see that the roots were all root bound. When I planted this, I did not get, shuffle up the roots to get the root bound out of the way, because it was just too difficult. I was afraid I'd hurt it. These are all new root growth that this plant's had since I've had it. So I imagine it's preparing right now for a new leaf. I just have to be patient. This is my Anthurium Bessiae AF. This is a brand new leaf, which is starting to harden off now. Again, a wonky leaf, not very attractive. This leaf here came under my care in the summer. Stunning. Only had a little bit of a rip. And then this was an original leaf, which still is amazing to me that it's hanging on and it hasn't yellowed off like the other original leaves. But you can tell here it's starting to discolor. So, uh-oh. So that's that one. And then my pride and joy, my Anthurium Michelle Dock Block, which you saw below. That little one was tied into this plant, and it wasn't a chop. I just merely had to take it out from being attached to this plant. And it is the most beautiful plant. I just love this plant. And as you can see, these are all new leaves under my care. No original leaf left. But here, this is the newest, which turned out real wonky as well. Looks like a big heart, but squished here at the bottom. And then this was the first, I think this was the first leaf I got, yeah, from it. And it's just absolutely still beautiful, isn't it? I got this leaf last summer, or this summer. So it's only probably about 7 months old. So, and then the last but not least of the Anthurium show, this is my Queen Anthurium or Quinum. All of these leaves are mine under my care. And as you can see here, the roots, see if you can see it. The glare is not great, that's for sure. But that's a root there. And this thing, and up here, this thing is going to be uppotted soon. So stay tuned for that video. A lot of these Anthuriums are going to go into 10-inch pots. So this is a leaf that came out for me in the summer. And it's just now starting to yellow off a little. This is the summer leaf, I think came out in August. And then this is the newest leaf. It's hard to turn these things. This is the newest leaf that it spit out. And it's now just pretty much hardened off, but it's actually straightening out. It really likes being out of the light because I had it under here, like with these two, and found that it was starting to yellow and crisp up. And I moved it, which you'll see that video. I think I have that video scheduled. And you may see that before this, or maybe in January. I don't remember, but anyway, so that's my beautiful queen. So here is my Ficus tenechi. Now, he looks good from here, but if you lift him out of this, he's real thin at the bottom. I have blanched it, and nothing's coming yet, but I know it takes a long time for these to grow. But just so you know that these plants in this corner, so my red sun, this one I'm keeping, the Prince of Orange, and this one are going to my coworker. So they're ones that will be on my rest in peace list next year. Well, no, they won't, because if I give these away before the end of the year, then you won't see those at the end. But most likely, I won't see my coworker again until next year because I'm off. Anyways, so I love this plant, but that's not true. I don't love this plant. It's just not one I want to sacrifice my space with. And I'm just kind of tired of these. They've been kind of on my list for a while. So here is my beautiful air plant, and I'll put the name of it below, obviously. But I love this thing. I didn't know I would really like it until one day when I saw it at Knollwood. I said, it really struck me, and the softness of this plant, it's just a beautiful plant, and I'm so glad that I bought it. I think I paid $58 for it, and it's already grown a lot under my care. It gets watered probably every 15 days. And I do have a video that I showed how I water it. I believe it's one of my last Saturday plant chores if you're interested. But I love that plant. And then up here we have my Phalaenopsis orchid, which has now put out a brand new stem with flowers, which I'm surprised. But it seems to be really happy. This came from work. People put plants on my desk because they can't care for them. And it was rotted and molded when I got him. And now he is very happy back here in his corner. So I don't remember the name of that plant, but it's kind of like it's kind of like a succulent. And they say that the flowers will eventually get lanky. But if you prune this plant, they come back beautiful. All of these came back and they were pruned. I can't remember the name of this, but I just moved all of these guys here yesterday because wanted to move things around. And I decided I wanted my Hoya to, oops, just lost a leaf, a Hoya to kind of hang. I think this is a pink, silver, something. I don't remember. This is obviously a Alocasia black velvet. I am really tired of him. He's been on my list now of possibly not keeping. And I decided to move him up here. And I love it. I love it. And if he wants to grow slow, that is fine. He can continue to grow slow up here. I like him up here. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. I know he's trying to push something out for the last, 3 months. I guess that may be a leaf or it could be a flower. I don't know. So, and this is a brand new leaf as of the summer. So hopefully I got a few more months with it. We'll see where it ends up. And this is my Cebu Blue that you all saw me pot up not long ago. And yes, he had a big haircut. And these all new growth coming out. I wanted a haircut. I wanted him to regrow and see if I could make him fuller than what he was. And then there's my one and only cactus left. This is the one that has beautiful flowers, but so far hasn't given me any flowers since I changed grow lights. So I don't know it must not be getting enough light. And I moved it up here yesterday. I just really don't know what I want to do with that yet. It was been under the grow light over here, under this one, and it's been down with the alocasias and nothing. So I really don't know other than I like him up here. So we're going to do that for a while. And then here are my monsteras. Ooh. So this is my monsteras. Now this is I'm feverishly still trying to keep the rot away on the delicosa or deliciosa. And there's only 3 leaves and there's really no roots at all other than what's left of his aeroids. I saw 2 new roots growing on one aeroid, so that makes me happy. I don't know what's going to happen with him, but in the meantime, I've got this beauty behind him, which all of these dark green leaves came from him when I originally brought him home. And I put them in water and look at the growth that's happening. This is a brand new leaf here. And you can see here, we've got a big one coming out of this guy. I also have another one I saw back here somewhere. Oh, here. Yeah, right there. And I'll zoom in. But none of the ties. So this is what's left of my tie. I don't see any growth yet happening on those, and there may not be. I don't know if I had a growth point on those, but I wanted to keep them anyways because they were such beautiful leaves. But so that's that. And this is my allocation, Arobi Night, my first obsession right here on this leaf. These are all original leaves except for this one. This is a brand new one under my care, early summer. And it's been working on this now for quite a long time. Let's see. I can get that. I don't know. I think it's a flower. This thing produces umpteen hundred flowers. Very little leaves. This is my, uh, oh gosh, Wilbur Graves. Wilbur Graves, Russia. So yesterday, again, I decided to take him off his trellis. I've got some new leaves growing here. I don't know what I'm going to do. I think well, I do know what I'm going to do. I'm going to up pot this plant and I'm going to record it probably today or tomorrow. So you'll have that eventually out there. And then I'll put it on a trellis again, I think. And this is my new SP Columbia. So far, nothing, but I do see a new leaf or something starting to grow right there. I see no new growth in the moss pole, so I'm not sure how this thing's going to turn out. This is my orchid I got at the Orchid Fest. I've lost one. The beautiful flowers that I had originally, I ended up having to cut off because we lost all of them. So this is what's left. It's beautiful. It's a D. Inobi NN Splash. And this is the other Phalaenopsis orchid I have. And so far, no sign of flowers, but we've got a new leaf coming out. This is the Hoya Lisa. I'm not a fan of this, I'll just be honest. This is also on my list. I think I'm going to keep this one, but I also have this one over here in the corner. This was going to go to my coworker. I'm just not a fan. They fall off. They fall off so easy, and I loved it when I first got it. It was a big bushy plant at Knollwood. But I don't know. I've just kind of fallen out of love for it because it just seems to, see, it just falls right off all the time. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So this is this one's beautiful. Okay. So this, if you watched my Green Escape video, this is the, oh gosh, what's the name? Well, I'll put it up on the screen. I'll put it up on the screen. But this was just a little stump. I call it a stick plant when I got him. And I kept it that way for a long time until one day I just finally got tired of it being lanky and I chopped it. And then I put both of these in the dirt and then I put it in this high humidity case and this is what I've got. Absolute beauty. I cannot wait. Now this makes me really happy because I have 3 begonias now. White ice is what they called this one. So begonia white ice. It's just gorgeous. Eventually he'll be coming out of this case. I'm just keeping him in there until I keep this open now. So I will probably be up potting him or it or she or whatever. I'll probably up pot that in a couple months. Okay, maybe they don't really need. I know they have very fragile roots, so when I do up pot him, it's not going to be. It won't be really soon. It'll be sometime next year, though. And then, obviously, here's my beautiful brand new Schinapsis. silver or satin, not sure which. That didn't come with a label. And that video, I actually don't have plans on sending that out before this one. So that video will be out soon. I just have to edit it and push it out, but I'm thinking it won't be till the first of the year. We'll see. And then in my kitchen, I've got my begonia maculata. Look at that beauty. I love this. This is my husband's favorite. I love this plant too. It's just a stunner of a plant. Just a stunner. I have to be really careful that there's full sun comes in this window in the wintertime. So on sunny days and I'm here, I have to move him about the house so he doesn't burn his leaves off. But if I'm not here when I'm at the office, and I know it's going to be sunny, I move it into the living room with the other plants. And this is my begonia crackling rose. Now this, you can see this on my Black Friday video. I bought there's 3 stems in here, and I did not do a pot up video on this, but this is absolutely beautiful. Look at the growth on this. I have pruned a lot at the bottom because when I got this plant, there was a lot of broken leaves, and the leaves just didn't look well. And I cut most of those off, but some I kept. Most I kept because I didn't want a bare plant. But this is all new leaves. Most of these are not new leaves, but you can tell the newest leaves are real red and beautiful rose color. Just gorgeous. So those are my begonias. Last but not least, my alocasia and other stuff. So this is my cuttings of my schinapsis that I talked about in my video. So they're just there trying to propagate. And this is my beautiful alocasia dragon scale, silver dragon scale. And if I have a before image of this plant, I'll put it up. This leaf is the reason this leaf, I was getting tired of this plant, and then this leaf came out. I was in awe of this color. And what did I end up doing here is these little guys right here are corms that came from him. And I propagated them over the summer, and then I repotted both of them in this plant to fill it out. And this is a brand new leaf that I have, not near as big as this one. Don't know if it's still growing or not. But I hope so. I just love this leaf. I can't stop looking at it. It's my favorite down here. This is the Frydek, Alocasia Frydek. I'm getting a new leaf here, which is nice. The last new leaf, which was this one, was like a baby size. And I'm really hoping that there's more green on this one than on these two. And I'll be honest, this is also on a list of mine of probably not keeping. It cannot grow or keep more than 2 leaves at a time. So I'm not a big fan of that. I want to have robust, healthy plants, and that just has never been one. Now, if I had more corms, maybe, I don't know, I would maybe buy the green Frydek instead of the variegated one, but I don't know. It's a beautiful plant, don't get me wrong, but It's just really not pleasing to me since I bought it. This is my beautiful brand new leaf of the Alocasia Dragon's Breath. And just love this. You probably saw me up pot this in a recent video. I got it out of this pot here. At least I know I recorded it, but maybe it's not out yet. I can't remember, guys. That's why you have to hit the subscribe bill or the subscribe button, and that way you get the videos and you know about them, because I can't remember. But I love this plant. This is another favorite. Now, this one is my Philodendron patriciae. And I've had to up pot or put more moss in this pole, which I'm very surprised because I didn't think I would need to. And I'm glad I did, because look at the size. I don't know if you can see it, but look at the size of that stem since adding it onto this moss pole. Now, I'm very surprised the leaf hasn't gotten bigger than what it is. And I think it's because of all the fussing I did with this plant. I upsized the pot, and then I put it on a moss pole when it was growing out. And that's probably the reason why that this leaf is not any bigger than what it already is. So that's all right. But I'm kind of anxious to see how this plant grows. And then last is the Alocasia caprea. So I did the same thing here, and I think I might have said this in some other videos. I put the corms, I grew these guys out. These two little corms I grew out on their own, and then I replanted them because this plant just wasn't robust enough for me, and that's really what I want to do with this one. But this has not produced any corms for me to do that with. So, and as you can see here, look at the size of this. It's coming out. And I have not cut the flowers, guys. Aren't you proud? Aren't you proud? I said, I'm not touching this plant because look at how it sheathed. It had all three of these, has the two flowers and this leaf all in this one cataphyll together. So I said, if I mess with that, I'm going to hurt the leaf. So I'm just letting it go. So, but I do really like this plant, but I will say I'm not a fan of this green color at all. If it would stay this color, I would never, ever consider getting rid of it, but I don't know. I don't know if he'll be with us next year or not. We'll see. So... is it, guys. I wanted to keep, oh, my gimbal. I wanted to keep this as short as possible. You know, these videos, they're kind of, there's Big Boy. I just saw him. What you doing, Butch? These videos, I mean, I'm not a fan of these type of videos, but I know other people are, and I know that my supporters have they want me to do some updates on plants. So I felt like this would be a good video to end the year on, so you can see the plants that I have at the end of 2024. And then I do have 2 new ones arriving in January. Yeah. So, which goes back to why I have to get rid of the ones and give to my coworkers. So I have room for plants. You can't just keep piling plants up because you'll run out of room. So, yeah. Yeah, I did. Yep. They're anthuriums, of course. Like I've said before, I'm really just wanting to buy anthurium, and these hanging plants, they add something else to my plant area, and I'm really happy that I did that. Alocasias and philodendrons probably won't be buying this coming year. They're definitely not on a wish list. But the 2 plants that I have already purchased from one of my favorite Etsy stores, yeah, they were on my wish list of plants. So we'll see. All right. So anyways, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful new year. And again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching me. You all are the reason I do this. So please leave any comments and hit the like if you enjoyed this. And if you haven't subscribed and made it this far, please hit that subscribe button. You'd make my day. Bye.